Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm audible. Hopefully, I'm audible. Just let me know if I'm audible or not. There's one watching on the YouTube. I will be waiting for folks to join. Just let's wait and watch what's going to happen. Okay, okay, okay. So, folks have joined. Yes, I'm audible. Okay. Hi, guys. So, quickly about today. As you know about me, my name is Janish Balchandani, your host for the session today. Today, I have invited one of my dearest friend to take the session. So today we are going to take a hands-on experience on what is solidity, and we'll try to code our first smart contract as well. I hope you are excited about it. Both Ayush and Harish, you both can also join the stream on the Google Meet as well. I think more and more folks are joining. So yeah. So today I have invited one of my dearest friends. He is Sajal Sharma. Sajal Sharma is one of the person who I have loved a lot. He started his journey by discussing with me ki, yeah, what should I do? I'm currently doing web development. I want to do this, want to do that. Should I start in Web3? Should I not? And this is what has happened. So yeah, so he's gonna take today's session, and I'm gonna quickly share the link on the Google Meet, and yeah, you can join the session. And yeah, so guys, quickly switch to Google Meet, and Sajal is waiting there, and I'm gonna now start the session on Google Meet. So yeah, everyone can join on Google Meet, and they can start learning on the session. And I'll be quickly switching my screen.
is going to be divided into three things. First of all, we are going to code a smart contract. We are going to write a smart contract in which you will be able to store your favorite number and you will be able to retrieve your favorite number again. So I repeat again, we are going to divide this session into three parts. The first part is going to be writing a smart contract, which will involve storing your favorite number, retrieving your favorite number. Right? It'll be very basic. It'll teach you basics of solidity. It'll teach you basics of a smart contract. And don't worry if you don't know what smart contract is, what solidity is. We are going to cover everything here. Okay. Second part, at the end of the contract, when we'll be done with writing the contract, I'll tell you what's next, like how you can proceed with smart contract development and solidity. Disclaimer, I'm not an expert, but I'll just share what I'm learning through. Although we have an expert with us here, Janesh. And third thing, after every 20 minutes, I'll just set a timer here. We're going to review some memes. Okay. So after every 20 minutes, we'll review some memes from Reddit. There's a cool subreddit programmer humor. Like some of you might know about it. So we'll just review some cool memes and like have a break kind of thing. So yeah, that's it. And if you guys are ready to start and you have opened your remix uh, on a new tab, just give me a thumbs up again. It'll be very good for me. I'll know when to proceed. Awesome, man. Okay, I'll just set up a timer for 20 minutes here. Uh, Okay, Ayan, Ankita, Sumedha, Devansh, Ayush, Haresh, Ankit. All right, cool. What about Abhijit? Where are you, buddy? Ah, all right. Okay, some of you have joined right now, so no worries. We're just getting started. We are just open a new tab and write remix, and this beautiful IDE will open on your screen. And after that, we in this session we are going to do three things. First is writing a smart contract. Second is discussing what to do next. And third is after every 20 minutes, we are going to review some memes as our reward. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, first of all, what is Solidity? So Solidity is a programming language, and a programming language. I think you all know what a programming language is. I won't go that deep, but yeah, it's a programming language that can be used to code smart contracts on Ethereum. Easy, right? And what about a smart contract? So, okay, I don't know what a smart contract is, but let's just look at what a smart contract is. So you can see on my screen, we'll just do some chat GPT magic. You can also open chat GPT along with me if you want to, but otherwise you can look at on my screen. So let's just search what a smart contract is. Really, I don't know what a smart contract is. So what is a smart contract? Great. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. It's too much. It's a paragraph. I don't like reading paragraphs to be honest, but yeah, let's read it. A smart contract is a self-executing contract with the terms of agreement between buyer and seller directly written into lines of code. And this is simple. This is understandable. So basically, a smart contract is a contract with some agreement between a buyer and a seller, or between any two persons, and it is written into the lines of code. So I think what it means is earlier we used to have agreements between us, right? Between different people, between a buyer, between a seller. So those agreements were written on paper. Now basically those agreements uh, are shifted to the digital thing. So they are written through lines of codes. Okay, and the code and the agreements contained are stored and replicated on a blockchain network. Cool, easy. It's also understandable that the code is replicated on blockchain. Awesome. Okay, it's too much to read. I just shift to an example. I love reading examples. So I just ask ChatGPT, like, can you give me an example? Let's see if it can. Certainly. Okay, let's say Alice wants to sell her car to Bob. Okay, there are two-person, Alice and Bob, and Alice wants to sell her car to Bob, and they both agree on a price of $10,000. Uh, that's okay. That's about 7.5 lakh almost. That's not bad. They could write a traditional contract outlining the terms of sale, but if they use a smart contract, the process can be automated. See, this made things very clear, right? If they would have gone with the traditional contract thing, they would just write the terms of the sale on paper, right? But if they go the smart contract way, the whole process would be automated. Let's read ahead. First, Alice puts her car up for sale on a website that uses smart contracts. She specified she wants to sell her car for $10,000 and includes all the necessary information about the car. Okay, she basically is using a website that uses smart contract, and she had listed all the things there, right? And Bob sees the listing. Okay, Bob is visiting the website. He's looking for cars, and he sees, yeah, okay, he wants to buy the car. He submits a request to purchase the car to the website, and the smart contract is executed. Okay, so basically, we are getting a sense that things are getting automated here rather than the manual work we used to do. Okay, the contract automatically verifies that Bob has the $10,000. Okay, the contract will verify that Bob has $10,000 and he's not like fooling around with it and not wasting our time. And if he does, it transfers the ownership of the car from Alice to Bob and transfers the money from Bob to Alice. It's understandable. It's very easy. Chat GPT is great. So basically, the ownership is transferred from Alice to Bob, and the car is transferred from Bob to Alice. Easy. Entire process was automated. The entire process is automatic and does not require any intermediaries like banks or lawyers. You don't need a bank to verify if he has $10,000 in his bank and you need to proceed the check, or you don't need a lawyer to make agreements and like and get signatures on agreements and stuff. All the things are automatic. So this is a smart contract. This is your agreement that now can be done digitally. Like I think we all got a little sense of what smart contracts are. Like if you learn anything about what a smart contract is, just give me a thumbs up or something. I'll be good to go. Okay, Sarthak is saying yes. Awesome. Sumita is saying yes. Okay, Grahil said, sorry, I forgot to read it. Now you chose ChatGPT instead of Google. Yeah, I mean it's trending and we all love trendy things. I don't know, maybe a new search engine would come and ChatGPT will get old too. I don't know. Okay, so Sarthak, Sumedha, Ayan, Ankit, Parth, Harish, Shreya, Yakshish, Shreya. Okay, everybody got something. I'm not expecting to you to get everything. Even I don't know everything. Again, I'm not an expert, but yeah, we'll learn together and we'll just keep asking ChatGPT whatever we have a doubt on. And again, one thing, if you didn't get anything, or if you have any doubt, you can just pause me there. You can just unmute yourself or ask in the chats. I'm reading the chats. Great. So yeah, now what? Now we'll come to the first section, that is writing a smart contract. We know what Solidity is a little, like it's a programming language and blah blah blah. We know what a smart contract is. A smart contract is something that you can use to make unbreakable promises. Sounds right. Right. Make unbreakable promises. You make a promise to someone and it's now unbreakable. It's automated. It will be executed automatically. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need a bank. As easy as that. We just need to know that much. We don't need to go into depths. Because to be honest, I don't even know the depth of smart contracts if it exists. Maybe Janesh would know. Janesh is an expert here. But yeah, let's proceed with the smart contract thing, and we are going to write our first smart contract, and along with it, we are going to learn Solidity too. So if you guys don't have Remix open in a new tab, please do. Or if you just, I'll recommend writing the contract along with me. That would be best. Okay, Yash has asked something. Yeah, are they executed when predetermined conditions are met? Yes, they can be. Okay, so we can. Okay, this is a concept. There's a concept. Have you ever heard about oracles? There is something called chain link oracles. Okay, we'll not go into the depth, but yeah, the answer to your question is yes, they can be. And in the end, like if we can discuss this thing, yes, if you want to. Let's now proceed with. We'll just go step by step, and we'll proceed with writing our first contract. So yeah, I hope you have all opened Remix on your screens, and I'll just make a new folder. You can too. Let's name it DeepLabs 2.0, and we'll make a new file. So basically, we are going to write our contract here. So the contract is going to be about storing your favorite number and retrieving your favorite number. Cool. So I'll just name it your favorite number. And you've written the name of the contract. You can write anything, maybe your name. And then after that, just a second. Yeah. And then at the end, you need to put dot sol. That is dot sol because you are making a solidity contract. Okay. Dot sol. That's it. And now it's your playground. You can play here. You can write your code here. You can experiment stuff here. All right. Yeah. So I'll just do one thing. Uh, in the chat here, I'll just keep writing whatever we are learning. Okay. So it'll be good if we can get a revision of all the things that we have learned today. It's the best thing. I prefer that to just get a revision of everything that we have learned. So yeah, we have learned what smart contracts are a little bit, but it's okay. Cool. So yeah, let's start with it. So what are we doing? By double backslash or better use docs. Yeah, we can use docs. I'm just a little lazy. I just wanted to type docs. That's it. My storage is full too. Great. Okay. Cool. White, white, white. So yeah, we've learned what smart contracts are, and trust me, whatever we've learned from ChatGPT, it's enough. It's enough to get started. Cool. So yeah, we are going to write our first contract. And if you guys have your hands at your keyboard and you're also ready to write, just give me a thumbs up. That thumbs up means a lot to me. It shows me that yeah, you're alive and you're writing something and you're listening to me. Unlike all those online lectures I used to attend. Cool. Abhijit is showing a lot of enthusiasm. Great. Great. So, okay, when you start writing a smart contract, you need the first line should be this, which I'm going to write here. Just follow along with me. I hope the screen is visible. I just keep this. Okay, this is supposed to be the first line of your every contract where we are specifying the license identifier. Okay, we still don't know what it is. No worries, we are all learning. We'll use ChatGPT to get what it is. Okay, what is this in smart contracts? Great. It is a short identifier used to identify open source licenses. Okay, standardized way of identifying licenses and allows for easy identification of the license terms. Blah 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 blah. I didn't get anything. The MIT license is an open source license. Okay, okay, okay. So this paragraph seems a little usable to us. It's showing that in the context of smart. Oh, I just opened my just turn on my dark reader. I can't bear with it. Cool. So in the context of smart contracts, the SPDX license identifier MIT refers to the fact that the smart contract is released under the terms of the MIT license. Okay, we get the idea that there is something called MIT license, some open source license thing, and our smart contract is released under its terms. Okay, so this means that users that we are free to use, modify, and distribute the smart contract according to the terms and okay, so it's a little compulsory thing that we need to do here. Otherwise, our compiler will show error. And we got a little context of why we use this because MIT licensing says so that you got to use it. And now we are free to use, modify, and distribute our smart contract according to its terms. Great. Nothing to worry about. We just need to write it. Okay. The second line. These two lines are like compulsory lines we need to write in every smart contract. That's pragma, solidity. Okay, now what is this? This lines basically means we are specifying our solidity compiler version. That means that we have different compiler versions, and we need to specify here that what compiler version we are using here. Okay, because uh, if we are using some other contract, okay, smart contracts are composable. That means our smart contract can interact with other smart contracts and vice versa if we allow so. So when we interact with other smart contracts, there is a chance that the other smart contract that I'm interacting with is written way back in 2018 and it is compiled using a different solidity compiler. Its dependencies are something different. So that's why we need to specify a compiler version for our contract. So that's the second compulsory line here. And we just need to write these two compulsory lines. Rest the playground is ours. So yeah, if you have proceeded with me and you have written these two lines, then give me a thumbs up. Okay, Sumedha has written, Ankit has written, Raghav has written. Cool. So, done, 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 done. So many done. I like it. Great, 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 great. Cool. So to start our contract, we need this keyword, which is contract. Easy enough. We just need to write this contract thing when we are starting to write our contract. So this is contract, and now you can name your contract. You can name your contract anything. What should we name our contract? Let's name our contract DeepLabs 2. Cool. And these two curly brackets to parentheses to like okay, our whole code will be written inside of it. We need to specify this. Easy enough. You don't need to worry. You don't need to know much basics. And also, I would like to know like, have you already coded in any programming language? Like, are you familiar with any programming language? Like, can you guys comment or like unmute yourselves and tell me what programming language are you familiar with? Or
Sir, a little bit with Python.
Python. Abhijit has coded with C++. Awesome. I started with Python, then I went to C, C++. Then I did a little bit of Java for the oops thing, but then I got bored, and then JavaScript, obviously. Then really awesome. I have not done anything. It's okay, Grail, you can do now. This is going to be your first programming language already. No, you're not going to have any problem. We are going to cover each and every term, each and every word here, and it will seem a little overwhelming if it's your first programming language to see all these pragma, solidity, contract. But it's okay. It's fine. It's completely normal, and you're supposed to feel that way. If you're not, then it's weird, and you learn a lot from here. And then we are also going to discuss what's next, how you can learn more. Awesome, Devansh. Python, C++, a bit of Java, and currently learning JavaScript and solidity. Awesome. Great, great, great. Okay, I didn't see Ayush message. Okay, I don't want to call everyone name by name, but it's interesting. Yeah? Shreya, Abhijit, Ayush, Harish, I hope you guys are with us. Yash, Raghav, will be very good. Yeah, Shreya is here. Awesome. Thanks for commenting. Thank you so much. Great, great, great. Cool. So you all are alive, and it's completely not like the way I used to attend my online lectures. Cool. So yeah, let's start with the contract. Okay. Since almost 90%, 95% of you have coded in one or two language, or like a programming language, so it'd be very easy to uh, write this code. So you all know we have data types. We have different data types like integer, string, int, string, boolean, ठीक है? Right? Int, string, boolean. We have many data types, right? Grail, if you're facing any problem, I'll just tell you immediately that these all are data types. So basically, a data type is how you use a variable. Like if I want to use a box that will store an integer, that is, I can name the box anything. I can name the box by your name, Grahil, or I can name it by A or B, anything. So I need to specify what that box is used for. Like, would that box store an integer or would that box store a string? So I can clearly write integer. That is, your box is going to store an integer and its name, 8, equals to now you can give that box a value, 8, maybe your birth date, 29 February or something like that. So 29, I mean. So that's what data types are. And similarly, in Solidity, we have a data type called uint, that is unsigned integer. And we can write uint 256, or we can even write just uint. It's the same. So I'll just proceed with uint. And first, let's write our goal for the contract. It's very necessary. So we are going to make a contract that's going to store your favorite number and retrieve your favorite number. Easy enough? Cool. So let's just make a variable for our favorite number. I know 95% of you guys have coded in one or the other programming language, and you know that we need to specify a variable in the starting. And it's I know I'm going very slow, but it's for everyone. So yeah, you int favorite number, and I like using camel case. Uh, yeah, you all know what camel case is probably. No worries. Okay, so yeah, that's a variable's name, favorite number, and that's our data type. Grail, I hope you are getting it, and if you're not, just comment it out. I'll solve your query. So yeah, it's uint favorite number. We have defined a variable with an data type uint. Cool. So I'll just shift it here. Okay, now we need to store our favorite number. So what can we do? We can make a function, and we can make a function to store our favorite number, right? I hope you guys are aware what a function is. And if you guys are not, you can comment it out. We'll just discuss what a function is, or better, we'll ask ChatGPT what a function is. No worries. We all have a personal tutor now, ChatGPT. So yeah, let's store our favorite number, and for that we are going to make a function. And this is the function keyword. You all know what a function keyword is. That's how we define a function. And now the name of the function, store. Basically, it will store our interior, right? So yeah, and in the brackets we are going to pass the parameter, right? So to pass the parameters, I'm again going to do uint and favorite number. You can write anything here. You can write fav, you can write num. Let's just go with fav, right? And okay, solidity tip one. When you are specifying a variable when we are using a variable inside a function, you should start it with an underscore. It's in practice to differentiate between the normal global variables and the function variables, to start it with an underscore, right? Okay. So almost all of you know that's how we write a function in almost all the programming languages. One thing here, the Java peeps know that we are going to specify the visibility of our function. From that, from visibility, I mean that there are two types of visibility. Let's comment it out. One is public and second is private. You must have heard these two terms. Yeah, Devansh, exactly. Very good. Shri also knows. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Access modifiers. Yes, Arthur. Great. So we have two types of visibility functions, visibility modifiers to be specific. Yeah, I hope I'm visible. Great. So yeah, public and private. So public means anybody can access your function. Anybody can use your function. So we are defining a function store here. And if I write public here, that means anybody can from outside the contract. We will just write this contract and we will just put it on our blockchain, put it on the blockchain that it will now live on the blockchain. And if yeah, that means anybody in the world can access this function. He can call store. He can call the function store. Anyone. If I write public here, but if I write private here, nobody can. It's just us. Okay, who like we can specify who can call from private, only the owner or like whoever. But like, what do we need right now? I think we should go with public, right? I need to I need it that every one of you can call this function. So I'll go with public. It seems better. And now we specify the what it's going to return. So we are just storing the variable. We are not returning anything, right? So we don't need to use return here, and we'll just go with the function body. So again comes these curly parentheses, and whenever these curly parentheses comes, shit is about to go down. Okay, no, I'm kidding. We are going to write our functions body here, that what the function is going to do, and it's super easy. Just see this. What we are going to do, whenever a person will click store, and obviously he's going to write some number there. Maybe his favorite number is 4, maybe his favorite number is 5. is they're going to write their favorite number, and they're going to call the function store. So we are receiving a favorite number here, right? You can see on my screen. And then they're going to assign this number to this variable. Let's do it. Favorite number equals to underscore save. That's it. Okay, that's our function store. And yeah, it might seem, yeah, it's just two lines of code. How is it, like, is it over? Have we made the function store? Yeah, we have. Like, How to check? Let's compile our code. Here is this play button here. I hope you all can see this play button. So by clicking this, we can compile our contract. And if there is any error or any warning, we'll get that too. And no worries, we have ChatGPT, we have Google. We'll just search if we come across any problem. And that's the very main skill of programming, to search your problems, the art of Googling. And that's what we are learning here. So let's compile it. Ooh, yes, it is compiled with no problems, no errors. Like you can see there is a green tick here. That means that our code has compiled. And we can click here and cool. And there is this option of deploy and run just below the compile option. You all can click on that. I hope I'm going very slow so that we all can code along. But if I'm going too fast or too slow, you guys can comment it out and I like uh, improvise my speed. Cool. So yeah. Okay. What are these things? I don't know. Do you? Okay. I don't think we all know. So what are we going to do? Ask Google or ask ChatGPT, right? So what is this environment thingy? What is this account thingy? Okay, let's do one thing. We'll ask Google or ChatGPT about what these things are. But I'm a little curious about like did our contract, did our function work? So let's jump to that thing and later we'll discuss what all of these things are. Cool. So if you see this, there is a deploy option here. That means you can deploy your contract on a blockchain. Obviously, we are not deploying on the real blockchain because you need to spend some money for it. The other term being used is gas. You need to spend some gas for it. So this Remix ID provides us with some with a local blockchain, with a test blockchain, which will not use your real money. So yeah, we can use it here. So let's just deploy it. Boom, we have deployed it. You can see here there is something called deployed contracts, and there is the name of our contract, DeepLabs 2. And if we see, we have this function store, and we have this area, this space where we can write our favorite number. Maybe it is four, maybe it is five, maybe it is six, seven, and we just click on store, and the number will get stored. That means we have successfully created a function, and the function store. And let's quickly write the function of retrieving your number, and this smart contract would be complete. But 20 minutes has completed, and do you know what time it is? Can somebody comment it out? What time it is? It's been 20 minutes. We discussed, got this error. Okay, someone got some error. Okay, yes, commented out. It's meme time. Great. Okay, found version pragma but failed to pass it. Got this error. Okay, what should you do if you got this error, Sarthak? Maybe you can chat, you can search it on Google, you can search it on Chat GPT, or Ayan is a smart one. Programmer humor. Great, 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 great. Okay, Nandan and Sumedha, are you writing same for the memes part or are you writing same for the error part? I'm a little confused here. Error part. Okay, you all got error. Okay. So, are you sure you've written the exact thing? Or maybe you can do like this. You can change the version to a previous one. Or let's search your error on Google. Let's search your error on. Wait, where's your error? Parse error found version pragma, but failed to parse it. Let's see. Let's Google it. Okay, I think I got it. You must have forgot the semicolon here. We need to put a semicolon here. Have you guys put a semicolon there? Check it out. You did? I did, and you're still facing the error. It would be really awesome if you guys can share your screen, and then I would be able to see what exactly the problem is. But you can change the compiler version to, and it will still compile. There is no problem if I change this from 10 to 17. It will still compile. There's no problem in here. See if you guys did any spelling mistake, or if you forgot any semicolons. Don't forget your semicolons. Forget your semicolons, and or you can share your screen with me. Okay, who all got error? Shriya got error. Sarthak got error. Sumedha, yeah, you can. Sumedha, let's see what your error is. Okay, Sumedha's screen is visible to me. Okay, after you in favorite number, you have forgot semicolon here. First of all, uh, when the contract is starting, you int favorite number, you need to put a semicolon there first of all. Yes, and also the first line there is a gap between spdx and license, spdx and the hyphen. Just get a backspace there, right? Now try to compile it. Okay, what is the error? Can you show me the error? Current compiler is okay. So okay, just get your cursor away from this error for a second there, and let's just do 0.8.17. Ryan is a smart lad here. He shared something with us. Let's see. And go to the in the left hand side there is that compiler logo. Yeah.
You can try removing the space between MIT and colon.
I don't think that would affect. I think what you should do is okay. So I love this part. We are debugging. So this is called debugging. Yeah, Abhijit is saying it right. Just look at the left part there. Uh, the Solidity compiler logo. Just click on that. The third logo from the left. Go to leftmost. Again, yes, just above the, yes, this one. Click on it. Right.
The contract name and contract like file name is different, I guess. That might be causing the error.
Actually, I was getting the same error. I changed the version from 17 to 7 and it got solved.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
Okay, say he is getting that is above it in the code. It is above 17, and the compiler is 7.
No, actually, in line number 9, there's no space between uint and underscore fave.
I cannot see the screen.
Can you just click on the compile your favorite number dot as well?
Okay, it's too many feedbacks, but great. So, Sumedha, yeah, someone just commented, like, told this that when you're writing a function store, there is no gap between you, int, and fave, right? Yay! Combined. Great job. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir. Thank you, sir.
okay. So yeah. Now who's next? Okay. Who all got errors? Sarthak, Shreya, Sumedha, Yash, Nandan. Is it solved or you want to share your screens and we can all debug it together?
It got solved, but I changed the version from 17 to 7.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe the problem is you can either specify the compiler version. You see, you guys had this compiler version, right? 0.8.7, and we have written here 0.8.17. So if I run it, there may be a there can be yes, there came an error. So either you can need to keep it. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I think you're talking about this one. Okay, we'll just Google it. It'll be better. Yeah. Right, like this, greater than equal. Yeah, we'll just go with zero. What was that? 0.7, right? We'll just go with 0.5. There should be any problem. Yes. So if some of you haven't got what we did here is it's just simple. We have just used this greater than equal to sign, and it's saying that we can use any compiler version that is above 0.8.5. So even if in your Solidity compiler section, the compiler is by default 0.8.7 or 0.8.12, we can use any of them, and it won't give us any error. So great. I really like this part. This was the favorite part, debugging it together. And yeah, if any one of you still have has any error, then we can solve it together. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's meme part. It's meme time. I can't live without memes to be honest. So yeah, this let's just review some memes together for about a minute. Yeah, Sarthak is also solved. Awesome. So let's just review some memes for a minute here, and then we'll get back to writing our retrieve function, and we'll be done with our smart contract, like almost. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, this is a very famous subreddit programmer. You and I like keep checking some memes here. Okay, okay. One of our competitor companies trying to pull our programmers from us with used packages. B. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Where? I need to know where. Well, I might end up going there. When client calls about the new feature they no longer want. Okay, so I think I should not explain memes to you guys, otherwise the purpose of memes are defeated. And SW1, why no comments? I don't know what SW1 and 2 is. Do you guys know? We should ask ChatGPT. This is a really good habit of Googling. I'm trying to develop this habit of like keep Googling. SW1 to the problems. Okay. it needs some additional info, but I think some of you is commented. Software engineer, yes, software engineer, right? But what is the meaning of one and two? Never mind. Let's move ahead. You are a developer because you refuse to accept your mental vulnerability, and coding makes you feel like you are the problem solver. You are not. I don't agree with it. It's a rubbish meme. Cool. Uh, if you can write one line of code without a bug, you can just ask easily write an entire full stack application without any bugs. Change my mind. It's rubbish. Okay, what's the doubt? Wait, what clap? Okay, so have you joined right now? Yeah, Remix ID. Let's just move to writing a second function. We'll just come ahead. Again, starting the timer for 20 minutes. Cool. So yeah, we are on track. We are at this function. We have all written these lines of code. Awesome. So now let's write a second function to retrieve our favorite number. All right. So function, that's the keyword we are going to use, and let's name it retrieve. Great. And we're not going to pass any parameters here, right? We are just retrieving something. We're not passing something. So I'm not going to specify any parameter here. Let's just move ahead. But we do need to specify the visibility here. I want it to be public too. Like if someone can store, then they should be able to view too, right? It's common sense. And now retrieve is going to return something to us. Retrieve is going to return an integer to us, our favorite number to us, right? So we need to write return there. And what's it's returning? It's returning a integer, unsigned integer, uint. Great. And there comes the curly parentheses, devil, where we are going to write our function body. Great. So now we need to retrieve. Okay. Let's specify what it's going to return. It's going to return our favorite number, right? And this is going to be a very simple function. We just need to return something, right? So let's just return our favorite number. That's it. That's our function retrieve, and we're done with it. And we have successfully written two functions, store and retrieve. And now the time has come to compile and check if our code works. But first of all, I would want you guys to just go to this run, run and deploy and run transaction thing. And since we have already deployed our contract, we have just deployed our contract with the store function. So it lies there. It lies there, right? So we need to delete this contract at now, and we will again deploy this contract. Okay, so we need to deploy the earlier version of our contract, and we need to again deploy the contract we have finally made. So let's just delete it from here. You can go to deploy and run, and at the end here is your DeepLabs 2 contract, and we just need to clear its instance. Done. Now let's compile. Okay, there's an error. It says state mutability can be restricted to view. Right. There's a new thing to learn here. Yes, I'm so excited. So basically, it's saying that there are two types of modifiers. Just bear with this word for a while with me. What a modifier is basically a function, but you just can't call it, but you can use it as a keyword. If you didn't get what I just said, it's okay. I'm going to explain again. Listen carefully. A modifier is basically a function, but we just can't call it using hello parentheses. We usually call a function like this, but we can't call a modifier like this. Rather, we can use it as a keyword. For example, if I'm defining a modifier hello, then I can use this keyword in some other function, like a retrieve function and a store function. I'll if you got even 1% of what I just explained, that modifier is kind of like a function which we can use as a keyword. That's enough. And now I'll show you how we use it. So there are two types of modifiers, that is view and pure. So basically, whatever we are writing in our contract, it's going to go on a blockchain. And you all know that doing anything on blockchain. Okay, if you're doing anything on the blockchain, maybe you are storing your favorite number, maybe you're retrieving your favorite number, maybe you're calling a function. Everything has its cost. Okay, everything makes you spend some money, and that money here is called gas. So we basically need to spend some gas on any transaction we do, and whatever we do on the blockchain is a transaction. So to optimize the total cost that is going to take, there are some methods, like there are some gas optimization methods that comes ahead if we like go deep into solidity development, smart contract development. So basically these two modifiers are very helpful when it comes to gas optimization to save our money, so that the users don't spend a lot of money and like they can save a little money. How? If we are using a function that's just reading from blockchain, that's just reading from the blockchain, it's not doing any computation, it's not modifying anything, it's not changing anything, it's not changing any variable, it's just reading from the contract, it's just reading from the blockchain. Then we use the keyword view. It states that our function is just going to read, it's not going to do any transaction, do any modification, and it's used in gas optimization, right? It will save gas. And pure is the second modifier, which is neither going to modify, it's not going to read from the blockchain. So you might say like there is no such function that would not read or write, but there is. Like for example, if you just write a function, if you just write a function that would, let's say the function's name is multiply, right? And it would just take two integers, u int a and u int b, and it returns an integer, and it just does this. See, we are not reading from the blockchain. We are not writing anything to the blockchain. Somebody is just going to call this function, just put these two variables as parameters, and going to get the multiplication of both of them in return. So we are neither reading from the blockchain nor modifying anything. So it's an example of a pure function. So it's going to take even less gas. So I just wanted to go a little deeper, a little advanced stuff with Vue and Pure. It's definitely perfectly fine if you didn't get what Vue and Pure are. It's just our first day with Solidity, and obviously we don't expect you guys to know everything. So, but we got a little idea, about 5%, 10% idea that what Vue and Pure functions are. Keywords are. So let's just use it here. Okay, according to you guys, what are we doing here? I think we are just reading from the contract, from the blockchain. We are just we're just reading and returning. So what should I specify here, view or pure? Like it would be awesome if you guys can comment it out, view or pure according to you. And remember, it's for gas optimization. It's going to be used, we can learn it in the advanced section. Okay, you have Ankit, Sumedha, Sarthak, Abhijit, Rudransh, Shriya. First of all, you guys are amazing that you're here with us and you're coding and you're actively listening to me chit chatting. Raghav, Devansh, awesome. Rubani, great. Yeah, cool. So yeah, you guys are right. I think you got what I wanted to say. And yes, I'm not a bad teacher. Yeah, Vitor is also right. So yeah, we are going to use the view keyword here, the view modifier here. And it's okay if you didn't get what a modifier is, we can discuss it again. And obviously you can take help of your personal tutor, that is ChatGPT or Google. Now let's compile it again. And if there is another error, we are not scared of it. We are going to Google it again or solve it again together. So let's compile it. Yes, it is compiled. Great. So it is compiled, and let's see the deploy and run option from here. And let's deploy our contract. It has just compiled, and we need to deploy it to our blockchain. So let's deploy it. And boom, it is deployed. We can see here deployed contracts, DeepLabs 2. That's our contract's name. Awesome. And yes, we have two options of store and retrieve here. We have two functions which we can call, which anybody can call, because we have specified public visibility here, right? So let's try it out. Let's store your favorite number. Uh, can you guys comment it out? Like, what's your favorite number? I'll just pick some of them. I'll go with mine first, obviously. 24. I'll just store it. So it is stored. But how do we know that it is stored? We can come. Yeah, Vittal is a man of culture. I see. Ganesh too. And now we are going to retrieve our favorite number. And if by clicking the retrieve button, we get our favorite number back, that means we have succeeded in successfully storing a number to the blockchain and then retrieving it from the blockchain. So let's click on the retrieve, and boom, we got 24. And okay, I'll just go with some of your numbers. Rudraj, single, is 56. Great. Let's go with 56. Wait, can the font size be increased here? It can be 56. Let's store it. Let's retrieve it. And we got 56. I'm going to go with 69. Obviously. 69. Let's retrieve it. We got 69. Great. So if you guys have coded along with me, a huge applause for you all, because no, I'm myself too lazy. I wouldn't have coded with anybody like on a session, but you guys are awesome. So yeah, we have successfully created a smart contract where we can store your favorite number to the blockchain, and we can retrieve it from the blockchain. So if you guys have done the same, and you guys also have created a smart contract with me, just comment done in the chat box, and I'll know like how many of you done. Okay, Sumedha is done. Awesome job, Sumedha. Ankit, great. Haresh, great. I think today's Discord session is going to be more fun for sure. Sarthak, great. Raghav, awesome. Nandan, awesome. Rudransh, chat. Ayan, awesome. Shreya, awesome. Shreya, good job. Rubani, Ayush, my God. That's even more than 10 folks we have who have just written their first smart contract, that is, although it is interacting with a fake blockchain, because we don't want to spend our real money while we are learning, but it's exactly similar as you're working with a real blockchain. So congratulations, we have successfully coded a small yet good smart contract. And yeah, I almost forgot one thing. What we have learned. We should write it here. Right? We learn about this pragma solidity. We solved it pragma solidity bug thing. Right? We learn about function. We learn about uint. We learn about public and private visibility specifier. Let's just write visibility. We learned about two modifiers. That is view and pure. Right? So we have learned six things in just 30 minutes, probably less than 30 minutes. And Great. So where's the chat section? Shreya Gupta about modifiers. Yeah, right. Anything I'm missing that we have learned and I've not like, jotted down here. You guys can comment it out. Okay. Okay, let's just play around with it. Let's just copy it and I'll ask Chat GPT like how's my smart contract? Let's see what we get as our answer. Ah shit, I forgot to paste. Yeah, you're sorry, I know. It's okay. Okay. It looks like your smart contract is a simple example of storing and retrieving a user's favorite number. Shit, it got it right. ChatGPT is great. Here are a few points that you may want to consider. It's a good practice to include a version of Solidity compiler as Pragma Solidity. Yeah, we have done it. It's generally a good idea to specify the visibility, that is public or private. We have done it too. Both the Solidity are marked as public, which means they can be called by anyone. Yeah, we know that. We have done that. And the view keyword in the retrieve function indicates the function does not modify the state of the contract and simply returns a value. Yeah, we know the view won't change the state. It won't modify anything. It would just read, and it would just read from the blockchain, and it's returning something. This can be helpful for optimizing the performance of your contract. That's what we discussed for optimizing gas optimization stuff. And overall, it seems that your contract is well structured and easy to understand. Thanks. However, it is always a good idea to thoroughly test your contract and ensure that it functions. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. Great. Could you please place your smart contract in the chat? Sure. So, yeah, we are done with the first part. We've had a round with our memes, and now comes the last part. That is that what's next? Like today, you have learned a little about. Okay, let's go with the revision thing. We have learned a little about what solidity is. So can I would really like if some of you can like unmute yourself or even write in the chat like what solidity is according to you, like whatever we discuss. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. We are all learning here, right? Even I am learning with you guys. I'm constantly using ChatGPT and Google. I don't know my stuff, but it's okay and it is the process, right? So yeah, what is solidity? If anybody can answer, unmute or like great, exactly. Shreya has written like a perfect line for it. A language, a programming language. Right, right. Great. Thank you so much. Cool. And what smart contracts are? If if I would like use if I could only use two words to describe what a smart contract is, yeah, awesome, Sarthak. Set of rules. And if I would use just two words to describe what a smart contract is, it basically means unbreakable promises. Sounds good? Like unbreakable promises. You can break the promise. It has automated things. We just discussed some things that it has automated things. We may not need a bank. We may not need a lawyer, and things are automated, and it's an unbreakable promise. Great. And we all together solve the pragma solidity bug. That's awesome. Abhijit, set of rules to be performed automatically. Awesome. Yes, exactly. We discussed about pragma solidity bug. That is, if you specify different version in your code, and there is some different version in the remix compiler, there can be an error. So it's better that we use this greater than equal to keyword. That's what I also learned today. And yeah, that was our bug. We need a smart contract with a unbreakable promises. Sure, you do, guys. Let's create one today. In after this meeting, we are going to have this Mahfil session at Discord. So let's try and write this smart contract. Oh, your first contract. You the first man, right? Great. Yeah, I remember Janesh's first smart contract was a wedding registry. I think you've written it on the. Yeah, okay, so Shreya Gupta has a doubt. I just have a doubt that the license is written in a commented way than in the beginning. Why we are so much focusing on the spaces between characters? Okay, so when we compile our contract, the compiler looks for these two lines. They are needed when we click the compiler button. So when it compiles it, it looks for this exact format. This should be written exactly there. If I put this caps here, it may not compile. See, there's an error. It can't read if it's not specified in a proper format. Even though it is commented, we need to write it in a format. That's how the compiler reads it. I think that's your answer. That's how the compiler reads it, even if it's a comment. So yeah, we can see here. Okay, warning: SPDX is not provided. It can't read. It can't read it. It's directly saying it's not provided. But if I do this, no problem. Okay, 20 minutes and ended. By the way, yeah. So we discussed about the solidity bug. Okay, we learn about the basic functions. We just wrote two functions there: store and retrieve. And yeah, uint is a data type, and you may found this uint 256 or uint. It's the same. It's the same thing. And yeah, we learned about visibility parameters, public and private. If here I would have done my function to private, I nobody would be able to access this function. Like you guys can't access this function. If I Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try this. What would happen if I do this? I'll just delete my previous contract and I'll deploy this contract again. Okay, see the store function, the store option has vanished in front of our eyes. We can't store anything. If I can't store anything, what would I retrieve? The by default value is zero. The by default value of this integer is zero. So yeah, if I've put the visibility to private to my store function, I can see my store function. And let's delete it. Let's bring it back to public so that we can store a number. Let's compile it. Let's deploy it. Yes, we got our store function back. Awesome. Ganesh, yes, sir. Ganesh has raised an hand. I guess. Yeah. So yeah, you mean if I make this to private and instead of expecting the variable from anybody, I can just hard code it, right? Am I going right, Ganesh? Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So I mean, I'm going to store this thing here, and I'm going to return it. I've hard coded my number. So yeah, let's delete the old contract. Let's compile it. Okay, there's an error. Unused function parameter. Okay, I've not used this. So I'll just remove it from here. Let's see. Cool, it has compiled. Let's deploy. It has deployed. There is no store option, but let's try the retrieve option. We got the favorite number as zero. Okay, we didn't get our favorite number here. You mean here? I can't. No option for me to give it a number. Okay, so you're asking why there is not any option for me to input a number, right?
because
Because
it's
I
a
have
view
not.
function.
No, I think it's because I've not specified that I'm going to take a parameter from it. I don't know, I can be wrong, but let's just try. ABC. Let's delete it, recompile it. There's an error. Remove variable name. Unused. Okay, we haven't used ABC. So yeah, yeah. But I think yeah, because it's clearly showing me here that wait a second. I'm taking an input, but I'm not using it. So what can I do with it? Let's just do one thing. I'll just say slash ABC is equal. Guys, if we've got a little confused here, if you've got a little confused here, it's okay. We're just experimenting with stuff. Favorite number. I love these situations. Okay, so what I'm doing is it said I'm not using it. So let's use it. Easy enough, and let's return it. There's an error. Returns. Okay, yeah, I should do return here. My mistake. Sorry. Let's deploy it. Okay, it's deployed now. And yeah, now it's asking for me to like input a number. So yeah, who like just unmuted his mic and answered that we can change the view option. So hey, we got this option to write by using by writing this here. This means that we are telling the function, we are telling the compiler that we need an input here. We need a parameter here. That's why it's now going to give us an option. And if I delete it, if I delete this, uh, okay, error will come. It's okay. And now I compile it, and now I deploy it. See, the space to give a parameter is gone because I have not specified any parameter here. I think you got it. It has nothing to do with view because view only says that we are reading from blockchain and we are returning something from it. That's it. Okay. So yeah, where were we? We learned about public and private visibility very clearly, and we just experimented with it. That if I removed if I changed the public from private, I was not able to use it here. And if I give this contract to you guys to interact with it, you guys won't be able to see the store function. But if I do this to public, you will be able to see it. No, we didn't got this option because we are returning this unsigned integer underscore fab. I think it has nothing to do with the name. I think what the problem is if you're specifying your favorite number to be 69 in this function, it means the variables are function scoped, right? Outside this function, the value must have been zero. So let's do it here. Let's define it here. Let's Let's deploy it. Let's retrieve. We got 69. We got 69. Yes. So yeah. So in the last 5 to 7 minutes, we were discussing something gibberish, which you may not have. Uh, okay, I'll just explain everything from the start. What we did here. First of all, we were revising about public and private visibility. Can I get thumbs up if we are on the same page? If you are with me, and then the first we doubt that Dinesh has put up. The branch is there, Shreya is there. So may doubt, don't call me so please. Abhijit has got an issue. Sure, Abhijit, we'd love to discuss it here. Okay, I got so many essays from Abhijit, Sarthak, Shreya, Ayush, Rubani, Ayan, Vittal, Raghav, Devansh. Great. So yeah, Janesh has put up an amazing doubt that yeah, I just experimented with it and I changed it from public to private so that we can't use the store function. But Janesh said a very Janesh asked a very good thing that then how would we store something? We can store anything by hard coding it. By hard coding, I mean directly specifying the number into the smart contract. I'm not asking for your opinion. What's your favorite number? I'm just going to write my favorite number here. I'm just going to hard code it. And obviously, 69 is my favorite number. It is. So I've just written it here that my favorite number is 69. And I'll just call the retrieve function and it will give me 69. But what was all the. Okay, Ayan has asked something. Or we can call this function in another function. I didn't get it. Okay, I'll take your doubt in just a second. Let's just
It's not a doubt. I was suggesting ki when it is private, I guess we can use this function in another function. So it is not accessible to everyone. Like we cannot use it in the deployed like that window, but we can still interact with it using another function.
okay, you're saying that we put this to a private function
I'm
and
asking
we
if
nest
that
it.
will work.
Hmm. If you want to discuss it more, Ayan, we can surely discuss it. We are going to have a little session on Discord too. So I hope you join them. And yeah, okay. So we were discussing that in this store function, if I hard coded my favorite number to 69, it wasn't returning me 69. That was the error, right? So why? So we got to learn about scope. There is something called global scope. There is a thing called function scope. Don't get overwhelmed. It's very easy. I'm going to explain it here in like 2 lines. So basically, your variable, when you use it inside a function, it's function scope, right? Whatever you're doing inside a function, it stays there. Outside functions, outside world has nothing to do with it. But when you use your variables like outside any function, like see here, we have used uint favorite number equals to 16 and without putting it inside any function. So we have used it globally. We have used it universally. So this is accessible by every function. Every function can use this variable because it's global, it's universal. But this variable is function scope. We can take use of this value inside this function only. and this function won't know that this favorite number is 69. And if we have put 69 here, this function would know yes, favorite number is 69 because it is global, it is universal. So that's what we got to learn, that there are scopes in programming, in writing contracts, in writing normal programs, even in writing JavaScript and all. There are scopes. There is function scope, there is global scope. So this was a global scope variable. This was a function scope variable. That's it. Sir, we can simply erase the store function for hard coding. Definitely. We don't need, okay, if I've put it to private, we don't need the store function. We're not storing anything. We can directly then retrieve it from the hard coded value. If I delete this, nothing would change. Let's try it. I deleted this. I deleted my old contract. I compiled it. I deployed it again. Nothing changes. Retrieve is giving me 69. See, if I'm using hard coding, if I'm hard coding my variable and it's globally, it's a global variable, anybody can use it. My retrieve function can use it. No need of store function. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, we learned about last thing. We learned about two modifiers, view and pure. So view can be used when you need to read something from the blockchain and return something from the blockchain. You don't need to modify anything. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to change the state of the blockchain. And pure is when you neither change the state, when you neither modify nor you read from the blockchain. It and any an example for that could be, for example, there is an algorithm, there is a cryptographic algorithm that is being used again and again. It doesn't read from the blockchain. It doesn't write to the blockchain. It is independent. So we will make a function and we will put that algorithm into it and we will use the modifier pure. And we'll just keep using this function again and again. It will neither read nor change anything on the blockchain. We will just read that algorithm again and again for our use. And how it's going to help us? It's going to help us in optimizing our contract. It's going to cost the user less. It's going to be less expensive for users. It's going to give us a good performance. So basically, all of these modifiers and stuff are for uh, optimizing our contract. Okay. Uh, NF already for taking input. Okay, for taking input, we have just learned how to take input here. We, if I specify this thing here, right, it will automatically give me a space to input my variable. So till now, I've not yet uh, encountered anything such as scanf, uh, like except this thing. But yeah, if anybody of you, yeah, if, yeah. So yeah, we have almost revised whatever we did here, and also we solved a bug together, and we learned how we can solve bugs together by just copy pasting it into Google and using ChatGPT. So like it's the number one thing that I've learned in the past few months since I've started my developer journey. Googling is the most important thing ever. Like just make a habit of Googling everything. Like you don't need to know 100% of the things, but make an habit of Googling stuff. It's very handy. So yeah, we have completed the contract part. We all have deployed our contracts, like use our contracts. We have been to one round of memes, and now the last part is what's next. Like how you should proceed next. So there are two things. If you want to get good at Solidity, I would really recommend Crypto Zombies. This is a tutorial kind of a game kind of thing where you'll be making a game, but in Solidity, and you'll get to run Solidity. So it's great for Solidity. And for smart contract development, like if you're aiming to learn about smart contract development, I'll recommend there's an course from Patrick Collins and Free Code Camp on YouTube. And this it's a 32-hour course. And yeah, you learn a lot of smart contract development from there. And that's what I'm using in my journey. So that was this resource from my side, which you can use. I just pasted in the comment section, the chat box. Cool. Right. It's a very famous one. Okay, so yeah, I have this last question, and there, yeah, how many folks do we have there? Almost 50. Okay. So I have a last question for you guys. Like, why are you exploring blockchain? There are I'll just give you four options. Alchemy University for full stack. Yeah, there are many courses. Alchemy, LW3. You can try any one of it. It's almost the same things. Okay. Yeah, I just had this last question from. First of all, thank you so much to all the folks who are still with me. I think I'm not that boring, but yeah, 1 hour session is a long thing. I mostly don't sit for this long time. I just get up every 20 to 25 minutes. Yeah, so I have this last question. So why are you exploring blockchain? And I have these four options. Like you can go with any one of them. Just comment out your answer, A, B, C, or D. Okay, I answer it's first for money and then for innovation. All right, Grail, clear, clear up now. Where are all those folks that were quite active here, like Raghav, Vittal, Rubani, Ayush, Sarthak, Abhijit, Sumedha, Shriya, Ankit? Are you guys here or okay? Ankit is here, Shriya is here. Awesome. Raghav is here, Abhijit, Sumedha, Shriya. Okay, I'm receiving. Raghav is saying Abhijit D. I don't know. To be honest, my answer is also first D and then A. I really don't know. Bani A, B, and D. Harish A, B. Dinesh, what's your take on this? Okay, so Ayan says great, Shia says great, Satya says Sajal OP, Sumedha amazing, Abhijit, Harish, thank you so much, guys. By the way, it was my first session. I don't really know how to teach. I barely even like a good learner, but yeah, we all learn and get that together. Now you know me, now I know you. We can like you can contact me on Twitter, like we can connect on Twitter and we can build some projects together and like learn together. What do you say? Make a contract for multiplication. All right, let's discuss about it. Yeah, one more thing, guys, before you leave, I would really appreciate if you guys would take a minute and like go on Twitter and like maybe share a screenshot or just just uh, just write it out what you've done. No need to exaggerate that the session was awesome. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, I'll just share. But still, Janesh's mobile number is saved on my phone as Janesh Balchandani OG because he is the OG. Okay, here's my LinkedIn and here's my Twitter. So yeah, I would really appreciate if you just take a moment, like share a screenshot or maybe just share your learnings. If we learned about six things here, we discussed about six things and we learned how to debug and how to solve, how to like search on Google, and it's a very important practice. And you should tag Deepers. You should definitely tag Deepers. I'll just share the handle here. And if you want, you can tag me too. I'll just respond to your tweet. It's definitely it's perfectly fine. I myself can't even stand learning for an hour, so it's completely fine. You learned a lot of things in this 1 hour, and it wasn't so boring, I guess. Thank you so much for joining the meet, and yeah, I'll see you on Discord. Let's chat on Discord.